Nice job. There you go. Come on, grind. You got it. You got it. That is not how you spot somebody. Good, nice job. Nice job. Really good. There you go. And that is also not how you spot somebody. Thing is, you'll see versions of both of those mistakes in the gym all the time because most gym goers just have no clue how to actually spot somebody correctly. And that's costing all of us gains in the gym, and it is underrated, wrecking all of our workouts. Mastering the art of spotting, whether you are the person lifting the weight or you're the person assisting on the lift, is critical to helping us all build strength and muscle. Because at some point in your fitness journey, you'll need to push the bounds of your strength, and that is much easier not to do alone. Good spotting at the gym is both simple and complicated. We're operating on a very simple premise. Do not let the weight hurt the lifter. And that's the part of this that most people get right. The thing that they get wrong, they don't stay fully engaged and they don't watch every single moment of every lift. And that leads to mistakes that everyone, whether you're a spotter or a lifter, should watch for. Let's go over a couple of those mistakes now. Mistake number 1, assuming that you know exactly how to spot somebody. The first mistake of spotting is actually subtle, and that's assuming that you get to come in and dictate the plan.
Spot.
Let's do it. And this is actually what you don't want to do. Mistake number 1 when you're spotting is you don't want to wind up in a situation where you don't have a conversation. In order to give a really, really good spot, Brett can't simply walk up to me and expect me to know what to do. And I also can't expect or assume that I know what I'm doing without having a conversation. So what me and Brett need to do, Brett's going to sit up here. Before we even get into this, we're going to have a very quick conversation. There are 3 questions that I need to know and 3 questions he also needs to know. That way I can give him a really good spot. First thing I've got to ask him, how many reps are you doing, Brett?
8 to 10.
And that gives me a little bit of an idea the moment he answers that of how long I'm gonna need to be engaged for this and exactly what I should expect, because I can also keep count for Brett. Second thing I've got to ask Brett, I've got to know how hard this is. Is this like a max effort for you, or am I just a little bit more security here?
We're in between, but be careful, please.
Got it, and that's exactly what I need to know. This also helps me too. If he had an injury or he's got something I need to watch for in particular, he can let me know then. And then the third thing I need to know is, do you want a lift off, Brett, or are you gonna pick it up out of the rack?
Give me a lift off, please.
And that is really good too, that the fact that Brett wants a lift off. In general, it's always better to take the lift off because the energy you spend on that could be another rep too. So mistake number 1, assuming you know what you need to do when you're spotting, always ask first. You're gonna get a lot better result that way. Another common spotting mistake is just not being ready. There's just so much awesome stuff on Instagram today. Have you seen the new Taylor Swift video? You've got it. Come on, push through, grind, grind. There we go. Oh, there we go. Mistake number 2 is not paying attention when you're spotting. When you're spotting, you should not be on your phone. You should not be looking at somebody walking into the gym, and you should not be thinking about your post-lift meal. What you should do, and we're gonna show you one more time, is you wanna be in, regardless of the lift, you wanna be in an athletic stance because you don't know how anybody's gonna lose it. So take a slight stagger stance, soft at the knees, and then you wanna help them lift it up out of the rack. Let's go, Brett. On their count. And then I'm waiting and watching Brett the entire time. I'm not even gonna look at the camera. All I'm focusing on is the bar. You shouldn't be focused on your phone. That is the correct way to spot. So avoid not paying attention and stay away from your phone when you're spotting. The mistake that bothers me the most when I'm being spotted is assisting the lift too early. In general, unless the lifter has asked you for something else, the goal of the spot is not to lift the weight. As a lifter in this situation, Brett wants to fight for his reps, and even if the weight is slowing down, he can still handle it. It is not my job to speed up the weight as a spot. It is my job to help him when he can no longer fight the weight. So let's give him a couple reps, Brett. He's got nice, easy bench press reps here. It's nice and simple. He's in control. But at some point, those reps are going to slow down because he's going to get fatigued. And when he slows down, in this moment, this is what people too often do. I'm going to come get him too early because I saw a little sign of struggle. That is not what I want to do. But instead, what I want to do is I want to let him struggle. Let's let him earn that rep. Let's go, Brett. And watch what happens. See, he is struggling, but he can still get the weight, and he deserves that chance, especially if it's in the context of a certain amount of reps that he's trying to hit. The only time I want to come in, so let's give them another rep, Brett. Even if he's driving up, even if it's frozen and the weight can't go any farther, I'm still not going to come in and rescue him too early. Instead, When he gets to that point, let's go nice and slow, Brett. So he's struggling. He can't get past that sticking point, but he still gets a chance to fight for it. The only time I come in is when that weight starts going down, my hands are underneath it, and that's when I'm gonna help him. So the only time you wanna come in is near the end of a rep when the weight starts going down. If it's not moving, let him struggle. Let your lifter struggle. If it's going upwards, let them struggle. You're only coming in once the weight starts going down. The key to all of this is paying attention. Good spotting is all about the little details, and it's all about not just simply aiming to pick the weight up off of somebody. If you're a good spotter, you're gonna be able to help the lifter to keep chasing gains instead of taking those gains away and instead of just saving them. And that's what we really want. So if you avoid those mistakes, they're gonna get more out of the workout, and in turn, in the long run, you'll get more out of the workout too, because they'll wind up giving you a great spot on your sets as well.